Good morning, all. So, in this classes session, so what we're going to do? So, complete end-to-end data migration project with basic. We need to know about SnowSQL and Snowflake and AWS S3 services. Then DBT data build tool. Then ADF block. So, end-to-end data migration project. So, domain we are using healthcare domain. Healthcare domain. So what is a workflow? So what is a workflow here? So we have usually data in source systems like Oracle, CRM, SQL Server, and hospital systems. Okay, hospital systems, and from different sources we going to receive data in the format of CSV or system generated data like JSON data. So these data, so there will be like ETL team. ETL means like extract, transform, and load. ETL team, they're going to use like Informatica. Okay, so Informatica Power Center. So these are they're going to use Informatica Power Center. Those are. So they're going to push data into S3. So thereafter, as a Snowflake developer, so our process will be start. We need to load these CS files or JSON data into Snowflake into the raw layer. Into the raw layer. So after that, we need to connect with the DBT. So we need to do the transformations. It's going to reflect data into the Snowflake staging environment, staging layer. So after that, we're going to do the, some transformation. It's going to we're going to have like curated layer. It's going to like in final data like fact and so dimension tables we're going to have in the final layer or reporting layer or curated layer. Okay, so this is healthcare domain completely. So what type of tables we going to have like doctor's table and patient and visiting table and like instance tables. So we going to receive this data and claims. Okay, so payments. Okay, and doctor login table. Okay, so everything, not only these tables. So in real time you're going to have the like more than 100 tables. More than 100 tables we going to have. So in each table, so we're going to have like so hundreds of columns going to have. So millions of rows we're going to load data. Okay, millions of these source systems. Okay, so first who comes how, what is the work, how we going to do. So in team we going to have in our team Snowflake project team, so 8 to 12 members, so depend on the data size and what type of data they're handling. Going to have there are multiple roles are there. So first we go with the client, maybe like USA or UK. So we're going to handle like entire worldwide hospital data. So not only doctors, patients, and medicine data. So everything end to end, we're going to handle this data. So here first we will check with 1 minute. So yeah. So USA UK, from USA UK we're going to receive data. Okay, so the client, he will provide the data and requirement. So requirement means like what he need, like total visits of doctor visits. Okay, and total visits of doctor uh, each patient. Okay, so how many new patients, okay, and how many times they visited the hospital. So these are different kind of requirement we need to handle overall. Okay. So what are the medicine they are using? What are the fees? And what is the discount for insurance claims? We need to handle these data. So client go into these data. Then, so after providing these details, so they're going to discuss with the manager. So the team, he's the one of team member. Then after that it goes to admin. So when what is the requirement you will discuss, and what is the type of data, and you going to admin going to discuss how many tables are there, how many CSV file, JSON file, what is the requirement. So he will inform to architect. So here architect what he will do, like you're going to do data modeling. So like we have star schema and snowflake schema, so you're going to implement. So you analyze the data, like what is size of data, how many tables, so what is the requirement. So approach, which what is the approach, like snowflake schema or star schema. So you're going to check the approach which you need to follow, snowflake schema or star scheme. Star scheme. You will follow this architecture. So initially, usually in dev environment, okay, in raw layer, okay, we're going to follow the like completely snowflake schema, but in final layer, in curated layer, or in reporting layer, final layer, we're going to follow the star schema. Why star schema in final layer means, like it's going um, to kick generating the reportings using Power BI tools. Okay, it is very easy to generate the reports. Okay, so this is right. We have done S3 and raw layer, DBT curated layer. Then after that, we will connect with the Power BI or any reporting tools we can Power BI tool for generating the reports. So this is the flow, okay? Like architect going to decide Snowflake schema. Initially we use Snowflake schema, but in curatively we're going to use the star scheme with fact and dimension tables. So after that, architect will design the data. Then analyst comes here. Analyst, what he will do? So he'll give the requirement. Okay, like what type of tables can to create. Then developer comes here. So data analyst is the data developer. So then here we're going to have like Snowflake developer and DBT developer and ETL developer. Okay, ETL developer. Okay, then after it goes to data again. Okay, so in curator level, how data it goes to, so Power BI team. They go into handle data Power BI team. So this is the process. Okay, so client going to discuss with manager, then admin, then architect, then analyst and developers. Then again, these are developer like Snowflake, DB developer, ETL developer, and here we're going to use then share with the Power BI team. We will generate. Okay, so we're going to share data in different methods in Snowflake. Okay, that we will discuss in the classes how they're going to share the data. So what is like flow? First, where we going to from S3 to we are loading data, right? So there are different ways. We're going to handle bulk data, okay? So large balance of data, and also we're going to handle the so continuous data or live data. Okay, we're going to handle bulk data and so continuous data also we're going to handle for live data and reporting. Okay, so and we're going to implement Snowflake features like zero copy cloning, okay, and time travel. Streams, series change data capture with the task, okay, parent, okay, like father and child task we have in the Snowflake. And streams, so streams is the one concept to handle the increment data, but nowadays we have new concept, Snowflake new concept. So that is like we can handle data with the dynamic tables. So without creating streams, so directly we can generate the reports using the dynamic tables. Okay, we can handle the incremental data. Okay, so this is new features nowadays they are implementing in the project. Okay, previously in any other systems also they are using the streams concept. Okay, streams concept. So presently we have updated Snowflake or every 1 or 2 months we're going to update some new feature. So present in every project in like IBM TCS, okay, Cognizant, they are using the dynamic tables, because of in streams if you are using, we need to create the three tables, but dynamic tables, so we need to create only one dynamic table on the source table. Whenever the source table receiving the data, so this dynamic table going to uh, it going to capture those data and give the directly what is the result output. Okay, so this is the streams concept we're going to use. Okay, so initially when we have data in S3, like how to handle like CSV files and JSON, okay, and barcode and ORC files, we have different files. Okay, most of the time we're going to receive CSV and JSON. We're going to use a different method like a ladder and flatten method. So copy command and Snowpipe we're going to do that. So initially where we're going to load, initially we're going to data into the so raw layer. So raw layer. So raw layer. So we're going to have the complete like with having data like duplicates. Okay, uh, then having and null values and some data type issues in string column. We're going to have the numeric data. So numeric data, so we need to handle this data, numeric data. So this is completely how we handle. Okay, when after loading data, so we need to do the data validation like row count, okay, and column, so data types, and again unnecessary spaces and quotes and double quotes and any extra spaces like dollar. So those we have, okay, in the data. Sometimes you're going to see that we need to clean every data. Okay, so we need to put order and deleting duplicate. So deleting is different. So in the SQL Server, okay, you can delete the data. Okay, and here different method. We need to use qualify. Yeah, qualify for deleting the data in the Snowflake. Completely some different. So not same. You can't run some Oracle statements in directly in Snowflake. Only little changes, not many. Only some queries. So every query going to run, but we don't use the same method in the Snowflake. Okay, we're going to follow different methods. Okay, so in Oracle directly you can use a count. Okay, and group by, you can delete the duplicate values. But in Snowflake, we can use the same method, but we don't use. So to save the cost cutting and query performance, we're going to use the qualify. So using qualify, so we're going to delete the duplicate values. So after deleting, after cleaning data, then what we will do then? So we will connect with the DBT. So no worries, what is Snowflake and what is DBT? I will explain entirely. So now I'm going with what is project flow. Project flow. Okay, it means like we have 100 records in we have 100 or millions of records we have in the Snowflake. In the Snowflake, we have delete this thing. Okay, so we have 100 or some 100 millions of rows, so millions of records in the Oracle system. So these data, so we need to migrate into the Snowflake. Not only files, we also have the script like procedure SQL. So are we going to so those script you going to maintain? We have in Snowflake like snow convert. Using snow convert, we're going to push those script we're going to use in the Snowflake using the snow converter. Okay, snow convert. This is okay. So after deleting duplicate values, after when we have clean data, then we connect with the DBT. So we will do some setup like we have Snowflake username and password, and then account identifier. It's going to be unique for each account. So using that, we're going to connect with the DBT. Then in DBT we have three layers. In Snowflake, usually, so in Snowflake we have three layers. These are standard layers. Okay. So raw layer and staging layer, and then curated layer. Okay. Curated layers. Raw layer, staging layer, and curated layer. But in DBT, what we have layers? So we have in DBT like again staging layer and curated layer, intermediate layer. So intermediate layer, then we have like mark layer. Okay, so in being you have 8 to 12 numbers, right? Okay, they're going to decide. Okay, these are standard layers. So but they're going to this curated layer. So even in Snowflake they going to call like mark layer, and they're going to call like reporting layer. Okay, and they're going to call like a final layer. Okay, so final layer. Okay, so they have different, this is they're going to call again intermediate layer. So or ETL process layer. ETL process layer. So not ETL process. Here we have like ETL data. So intermediate layer is the fine or staging layer. So raw layer. Okay. So or we can have here a presentation layer also they use it to pro. Okay. Presentation layer depend on the team and team lead. They're going to do the uh, they're going to. Okay, so they said these environment in the Snowflake, but in the Snowflake in DBT we have staging, intermediate layer, and mart layer, and also for to access the historical layer we have snapshot layers also. We have snapshot layers also we have in the DBT. Okay, so then go with. Okay, first from S3 we will load data into raw layer. Then after we will clean the data, duplicate values. Okay, using qualify and null values NVL to as we're going to use those, and using trim we're going to remove the unnecessary spaces in the data. Then after we will connect the DBT with the support of like username and the password of Snowflake account login password and account identifier we have. So when we going to load in staging layer, so we need to fetch what is the data in the Snowflake. Every data we need to fetch, we need to write the models in staging like models. So what are the models? The model. So models like nothing but like it is a SQL statements. Okay. Okay. So if you want to work with Snowflake, you need to know about SQL. Okay. So those recording videos I'm going to share. Okay. So I'm not going to charge for separately SQL, but even when we are doing Snowflake, so every SQL concept going to cover. Okay, so every SQL concept going to cover in our training, and also separately we have some SQL videos. I'm going to show those recording videos, only SQL videos. Okay, so SQL statement. Okay, we need to use like Jinja templates and like metalizations. We're going to create some models here. Okay, like fetching data using fully qualified name or sources. Okay, we need to design everything in the DBT. So staging layer, okay, we're going to put every data. Then after that in intermediate layer, so what we have data in staging layer from that models. Okay, so here we need to create J in the tables, the J, so multiple tables. Here we're going to apply the business logic. What is the required as per the requirement, so we will change the tables, and those are going to okay reflect those are what are the we are writing changing the tables. Okay, in the DBT models from the staging layer we have model side we're going to create. Then after in intermediate layer, so we going to apply the business logic. So those going to reflect in this Snowflake staging layer. Okay, or intermediate layer, Snowflake staging layer. So those are going to reflect. So we have okay the dev environment. So these are we are in the development environment. So in staging layer, those models sorry. So in staging layer, those models are going to reflect. Okay, and we can see the output there. Those are going to create, or it going to create like view or table, like view or table. So table is not a permanent table, it is like a temporary table, sorry, transit table. One second. So those are so those are going to create like viewer table. Those are like transient tables. Okay, to save the cost cutting and everything, we're going to use only transient table, the Snowflake. Okay, So not permanent table every time. Permanent table only for the important data and for crucial data. So to save many days, we use the permanent tables. For every time you're going to use only transient tables. In always when we doing in project in staging layer, almost many times we're going to have the for ETL process only transient tables to save the cost, and they don't have the time travel feature and those things that we will discuss step by step. Okay, so in staging layer, so what we create, we join the multiple tables and we apply the business logic. So those going to generate here, okay, transient tables in the Snowflake or views. So views or transit table, both as per the requirement. So then we have smart layer, right? What we going to do? So here we're going to do what we have the transformation, so final transformation, the business logic, like total visits of doctor and the total visit of doctor to each patient, each, each patient. Okay, so like the final transformation with the format of like fact tables and dimension tables. Okay, so dimension tables, okay, those we're going to discuss here. Okay, so we're going to create fact and data. This is like going to correct everything. Those are going to create in this curator layer, in the curator layer in the Snowflake. Okay, so everything we have config flag in the models we need to define. Okay, so this model where it going to create in the Snowflake, in which layer and in which database, which schema we need to mention. So these are fact table dimension tables we going to have in the so curator layer. These are in the curator layer, fact and dimension table. So from after that, so when we have final data, so testing team, okay, before going to reporting or directly they go with like Power BI team. So Power BI tool they going to use, they going to connect with the okay, Power BI team. Then they will generate the reports as per the requirement. So generate the reports. So here, okay. So this is completely like workflow. So who are the like your team members means? So suppose you have one manager, okay, and the first comes like client like uh, maybe USA or UK client, healthcare hospital systems. Then here comes manager, and there comes admin. So then here comes after admin we have architect, Snowflake architect. Then again we have developers. So this is our developers. Second, then we have like some other DBT developer and Snowflake and ETL. Then after Power BI, so analyst comes also data analyst or QA team or QA team will be there and for testing for testing. Then after we have the Power BI. Okay, so so nowadays, okay, so simple teaching syllabus, it's okay. You can learn from YouTube or only courses. Okay, that is a normal thing. So what I'm teaching here, behind every concept. Okay, so what you are doing, what is happening behind in the Snowflake in the DBT, and what are the requirements, how to talk with them, how you going to receive, how you going to handle like a Jira tool, how you going to use Jira tool, and how to move the data within the different environments. Okay, so here, so these are the layers. Okay, we have layers. This is fine. Okay, raw layer, so raw layer, staging layer, curator layer. Then what about environments we have? Okay, so dev environment development. So dev environment, okay, and we have dev after testing. Then after we have okay dev environment after testing. Then production environment. Okay, so these are standard environments. These are standard environment, so testing environment and production environment, or you can call like QA. Okay, so how to move it? Okay, so without DBT when we have Snowflake, okay, so this is like we need to connect with GitHub, and we can move the data. Okay, we can GitHub, we can move the dev to test to production. But in Snow, when we have DBT, so with the DBT, so there are deployment in the DBT. So using deployment, we do the some connection setup. So dev to test to production. So when we schedule the jobs, okay, so automatically the data going to reflect in the dev to test to production environments. Okay, so running cloud scheduler. Okay, so in team different, they're going to use for Airflow for or Python. Okay, so Python they're going to use some, depend if they have availability of these tools, they're going to use these tools also, Airflow and Python. Okay, so dev to test to production, they're going to schedule. But we have DBT. This advantage DBT cloud scheduler we have in the Snowflake. Okay, cloud scheduler we have. Okay, this one. Okay, how what are the layers, and how source systems from like Oracle SQL Server CRM, from hospital systems we going to receive CSV or JSON data. Then ETL team, they will push data into S3 bucket. As a Snowflake developer, our process will start. So we need to load data into Snowflake with the raw layer. Then after that, we need to connect with the DBT. So in DBT, they will do okay transformation. It's going to reflect in staging layer, and finally they going final transformation in the curated layer. Then after that, we will connect with the Snowflake. Okay. So here, what role you can apply with my trade. Okay, so what role you can apply? What role you can play? Okay, so here the standard first one, developer you can apply, and admin, and architect. Here I'm going to hand enlist. Okay, so developer, admin, architect, enlist you going to apply. Okay, so even I'm going to cover not only developing. So zero copy cloning, time travel, data loading. Okay, so I'm covering developing side and admin side. Like roles, we have RBAC. So role based access control. Okay, we have account admin, system admin. Okay, custom roles. Okay, those I'm going to teach those also. And what are the cost cutting? What is the price? How to monitor the data? How to tagging? Okay, so how to we going to create, total we have, suppose think we have 8 members. So for 8 members we going to create 8 users, and we going to create individual roles. Those roles we going to assign to the so individual users. Okay, so admin going to do, he going to monitor everything. Okay, so admin is the top. Okay, is the everything, completely the account on the hands of admin. So then architect. So architect means we need to know about normalization, denormalization. Okay, we need to know about normalization. What is normalization, like you know. Okay, so and denormalization. Denormalization. Here, so completely is going to normalization, denormalization, and OLTP systems, and OLTP, and OLAP systems, and dimensions. Okay, and star schema. Okay, and Snowflake schema. So star schema, Snowflake schema. Then see what is difference between star schema and Snowflake schema. What are the fact tables? Okay, what type of data going to be handled in the fact tables? Numeric data, and dimension tables. Like so, what are the type of data we're going to handle? The dimension tables, like so description, like city name, patient name, doctor name, hospital name, branch name. Those are description data. So we're going to handle in the dimension table. Fact tables like employee ID, patient ID, doctor ID, hospital ID, branch ID. So different only numeric data we go and handle the fact tables. And so what are the confirmed dimensions? So confirmed dimensions we going to have the this confirm dimension. And these we going to, so for enlist like applying SQL statements like testing data as well. So is it proper translation with the what they mentioned, the client given tables data and the data consistency, and what is the requirement is applied or not. So in any column service in any data you see, you're going to check analyze SQL statement, you're going to run, going to check the data, those script and everything. So data analyst, okay. So you can apply for role at developer. You can apply for Snowflake developer. You can apply for Snowflake admin. So usually in another we have DBA, right? Database administration. But nowadays we are not using that is everything done by the only admin separated. There is no DBA role in the Snowflake. There is no DBA role in the Snowflake. Instead of that, everything handled by the admin only, account admin only. Everything going to take. Okay, don't search for DBA. We don't have officially no DBA in the Snowflake. So instead of that, everything handled by the admin only. So Snowflake developer, Snowflake admin, Snowflake architect, Snowflake analyst. So entire end to end. Okay, so end to end, not only syllabus. Okay, syllabus simply you can go with, okay, tools like YouTube or Udemy you can learn. But so behind that, okay, we going to handle large data. So we're going to take multiple data. Okay, see one thing. So these data we're going to take. Okay, so okay, completely USA healthcare data. So different tables. They are all CSV files. Okay, so here, so in each table, we not taking 10 records, 20 records. So see how many records are there. You get an idea. So here we have like, so some, it is having only few records. 644. One sec. So here we have like, so 2,21,360 rows. Okay. So how you going to or do in real time? So those data. Okay. So 2,21,362 records we have data. Okay. So we have multiple columns also. So we do everything. Okay. This is having only a few columns, but in other some files we going to have the multiple columns also. We have more than 100 columns also. We have more than 100, I think so. Okay, we have more columns. Okay, and more records. So everything we're going to do. Okay, completely going to get a real time. Suppose if you go and you don't know what you talk in the meeting. So in Teams you have meetings, right? Or directly you have meetings in the office, right? So you don't know what you talk. Okay, everything I will tell you. Everything I will explain. Okay, so you need to talk, right, in the team. So what you going to talk? You will get to know when end of the training. You know what you talk in the meeting. So what is the requirement? So if anybody talks about anything, you're going to understand. Okay, because of, so we're going to implement everything. Developer side, admin side, architect side, analyst side, and the reporting team. How to discuss with even reporting team. So everything we do the process. Okay, not going to miss anything. And suppose you have one CSV files that having like so four columns. Okay, four columns. Okay, and you have table in the Snowflake table, same having the four columns. So you have this data in the dev environment, test environment, production environment. So after think like 2 months. Okay, from source system, now they are sending five columns. Now since we have five columns, but still you have only Snowflake global only four columns, right? So now how you going to handle this data? Okay, so in every project, in every one, they going to work this one. Compulsory they're going to work with this one. Okay, so they're going to add in new column. So CSV have four columns, right? So here four, that's fine. But after 2 months you're going to receive same CS file, five columns you're going to receive, but still in Snowflake we have only four. So how are we going to do it? Okay, we need to go with the schema evaluation. So directly you can't add using alter, and you can't add column, and you can't insert. Why? Because of, so the data in the dev environments, testing environment, and production, right? In different environments we have. So directly using alter, you can't do. We have a number of databases, number of tables we have, number of tables you can't do, right? So how to handle with the procedure and this evaluation, like so schema evaluation, we're going to handle that. This is like one real time scenarios. And so you need to know about knowledge about, okay, OLTP. transaction, day-to-day activities, OLAP for so monthly generating reportings. Okay, so data normalization and admin roles. Okay, SQL, how to load data, and performance tuning, performance tuning, and okay, and optimization, queries optimization. We're going to handle everything in the Snowflake. Okay, so then here, so what is the main thing here? Simple, I will give an example. So what is the advantage in the Snowflake? So one query, you are running one query, so it is taking 60 minutes. 60 minutes, you are using the one cluster. So I will explain what are the cluster in the last session, and taking $1. This is advantage. Okay, so taking 60 minutes, same query. So now what do you do? So same query, okay, going to 6 minutes. So when I apply the, when you have the 10 clusters, and here going to be $10, going to take the price. This is the advantage. So if you are using one cluster, it taking the 60 minutes, and it's only $1. So you need to have the clusters, 10 clusters. When you use the 10 clusters, so it's going to take $10, but it's going to run in the 6 minutes only. So quick outputs we can generate using the Snowflake. Okay, so this is auto clustering you have in the Snowflake. Okay, this is one advantage. Okay, and we have, suppose you're going to receive okay, you are loading data. Okay, loading data. Okay, the warehouse size, like small warehouse you are using, small warehouse you are using, just imagine. Okay, small and using. So suddenly one day, okay, you're going to receive large data. So large data, so when you use again a small errors, it's taking a longer time. So long time it will take, so taking so much time, and we need to pay so much cost for that. So in that time, what are you going to do? So within second, okay, within second, we have vertical scaling in the Snowflake, vertical scaling, and scale up. So within a second, we can increase small warehouse to, okay, so large warehouse. Okay, small warehouse to large warehouse. How we going to increase the data? Okay, warehouse size. So it's going to load freely. So without taking lag time, it's going to load the freely. Okay, so but in Redshift, BigQuery, you can't do that. So there is 1 minute with the same link region, with the same Zoom link region. The meeting going to end in 1 minute. Okay, region is the same thing. Region in the meeting, still we have discussion. Okay, region is the same link. I'm ending the meeting. I'm starting the meeting again. Just region with the same link. This is okay. So we have scale up and scale down. Okay, scale down. So, okay. So Snowflake components like Redshift, okay, and BigQuery, okay. So like some other we have, okay, Redshift and BigQuery. So data, some other tools we have, right? Those are competitor to the Snowflake. Okay, so this feature, it will take, if you want to increase warehouse size, so it will take 2 days, like that, 48 hours. But in Snowflake, you can within a second you can increase within 1 second. So you can increase the warehouse time. And it's going to work like to speed. Speed means like, suppose you are driving car or bike, right? If you have go in a one gear, so it going to some speed. The increase a second gear, okay, and it going to be more speed, and fourth gear more speed. Fourth gear to be more speed, right? So this is when we increase go with higher gear, it's going to be like speed. It's going to work very quick, fast. Okay, so like that we have clusters in the Snowflake. Okay, so we're going to discuss everything. What is Snowflake and what is DBT, and why Snowflake? Okay, why Snowflake means scalability. We have three layers in the Snowflake. One is like storage layer and compute layer, and and we have cloud services layer. Okay, so built on complete cloud or S3 or ADF or GCP. It means, so here the data going to store, here the query going to run, and going to take care of the security. Suppose if you run the query in the Snowflake, it going to run the compute layer, so it won't affect by the this storage layer. This is the advantage. Okay, we have so 100 GB data in the storage layer, so you are running query, so it won't affect by the storage layer. Why? Because of we have separate layers, so individual layers. So completely you have three layers, but each layer is separate. This is one advantage. And here we have pay as use model. Suppose you want to travel one place to another place, like 5 kilometers or 10 km or 20 km. Okay, you are booking like Rapido, right? Rapido. Okay, and we have the Rapido, Uber, Ola, right? So what you do when you book, you going to pay for only what you are traveling. This 5 km, you are not buying that bike and you are not hiring that person. Rapido. Okay, you are not buying that bike and you are not hiring that person. Just you are paying for. So this 5 km distance. What are the charges you are paying? So like that, Snowflake. Okay. So what you use, you need to pay for that. What you use, okay, pay for that. You pay for that only. Suppose you have 2 TB data in Snowflake. So 1 TB is active and you are using, and the one more TB not not active. Okay. It means pay only active data 1 TB. So this is advantage of Snowflake. And we have zero copy cloning. It means like I have one table, millions of rows, and having like so 5 GB storage, and I need to pay the storage cost. So we can copy the this table, same table, clone, okay, or we use here zero. So without duplicate data, we can copy the data. Again, this table having the billions of rows and no storage and no storage cost. See the advantages of it. You can not only table, database schema, table enter, you can clone database schema and tables. So that is like using zero copy clone. Zero copy clone. Okay. Okay, this one need to go. And this is one advantage. And we have time travel. Time travel. Okay, this is one feature like suppose you have one table today, okay, and 1 month deleted, deleted, okay, you deleted, you drop. So after 45 days, you need this table again. What do you do using time travel? So we can recover the drop table or okay, deleted table, or if any data is deleted. So you can up to 90 days you can recover. After 90 days, still you have one more feature, fail safe. Okay, so it is like 7. Totally 90 to 7 days you can recover the data. So this is advantage in Snowflake. Okay, so Snowflake multi-cluster warehouse architecture, separate layers you have. So database, okay, and cloud services layer, and we have zero copy time travel and pay as use model. These are main, and scale up. Okay, scaling policy automatically going to done. Okay, so everything. Okay, so here I said right, I'm going to cover everything. So admin, what is going to, how to create a warehouse and multi-cluster warehouse, how to handle, how to park the data. Okay, so there is simply create a warehouse, and that is not a proper way of creating the warehouse. So we have completely different in real time. Okay, we need to write everything, okay, to maintain the documentation. So architect. Okay, so DBT is ELT2. Okay, so completely you're going to get a minimum of 5 years of experience in the Snowflake and DBT. So real time experience you get it with my training. So those what I'm teaching content. Okay, not only syllabus, more than syllabus I could teach, more than syllabus. Okay, more than syllabus I'm going to teach. Okay, so project flow. So snow not complete still Snowflake and DBT intro. Just going with only project flow, one little features. Uh, then Snowflake intro theory course. Okay, doing practical is not Good. Okay, we need to go with the, so learning ways. First we need to go with theory. Okay, so we need to go with theory and practical and real time use case. Okay, then only you're going to get work experience. Okay, so intro and Snowflake theory, team and roles, RVAC, data modeling, stages, bulk, copy command, continuous. So these are copy command, okay, but error data, how to handle error data, okay, statically and dynamically. So zero copy clone, time travel, and table types, types of loads we have in the Snowflake. Then what is the streams, okay, and task, slowly change your dimensions, weaves, okay. So joins, UDF and procedures, dynamic tables, iceberg tables. So data masking policy, data sharing, Snowflake pricing, billing, resource monitor, and the cache, tagging, partner connect, pagination, different advanced concept. So metrics, performance tuning, JSON data handling. So complete recovery. Okay. So these are in the Snowflake syllabus and DBT, intro, models, test, unique not accepted, metalizations, seeds and the cloud, Ginger and macros, snapshots, hooks and analysis and packages. So how to are we going to handle? The ETL, ADF we going to do blob storage. So in future, suppose if I add any content, okay, or any any feature like any content. Suppose I'm adding the suppose I'm teaching Snowflake some other features, some other new features. So you can join the classes again and you can attend the no classes. Okay, you can attend the classes. So classes you can attend multiple times batches you can attend. Okay, so here you're going to get everything, interview questions, and so classes will be uh, Tuesday to Sunday. So Sunday sometimes we just depend. Okay, if I traveling, we don't have class. If I don't travel, I have available most of the time. We're going to have classes. So Monday to Sunday, sorry, Tuesday to Sunday, and Monday you're going to have one test. Monday, you're going to have one test. Okay, you need to write that test on the notebook. Okay, test is the very important. So what are the topics I covered? So on the topics only, I'm going to give the one test on the Monday. Okay, usually going to have classes on, okay, Tuesday to Sunday. Okay, so real time scenarios, and so I will show you real time use cases and everything. Okay, so no worries for work experience for clearing the interview. So not only this, we're going to do interview preparation, and so if you have any issues when you while working, okay, I will connect. Okay, so if you have doubt, okay, you can ask in the class, or if you are having any issue, then you can separately you can ping me, you can connect like that. Okay, so end to end we're going to have, so we don't miss anything. So everything advanced. So behind the concept we're going to teach. So theory must, practical, then use cases. This is the flow of learning. So without theory, without practical, without real time use cases, you can't learn anything. Just only 1 hour, my just listen, attend 1 hour my classes daily. Then just practice 1 hour what I'm teach on that day. So 1 hour class, 1 hour just practice. Okay. So I will provide, I will give what are the questions they're going to ask. Okay. So they don't ask any question. Okay. So what I teach in this training, they going to ask only those questions. Okay. They don't even a single question they don't ask. Okay. So maximum 99%, 999, maximum 100%, I'm going to cover everything. So what they going to ask, I will give everything and how you going to talk with them. Okay. I will take some mock interviews. Okay. And data preparation. Okay. So in future, if I add any new concept, or I don't charge again. You can attend the multiple batches. And one thing, so everybody used to ask for recording videos. So don't go with the recording videos. So it is like a waste of your timing. Okay, you can attend the class in the multiple batches. No worries. So do one thing. What you do? I'll give the notes, right? So the notes will be, I give step by step. If you follow the notes, you're going to save your time. Okay, so notes is a very important. Okay, notes is the very important. Just follow the notes what I am providing. You can see the those steps and you can apply. And right, table creation, update table, delete. Concept. You can, okay, fine. You can copy and use. If you don't know the concept, you don't know the table creation, update and the data loading, Snowpipe streams, how to create tasks. If you know the concept, you can copy and paste. But if you don't know concept, try to type 3-4 times. So when you get confidence, okay, without seeing anywhere, if you are typing, you can go with the copy and paste. If you don't know anything, just always use it to type. Okay, don't copy and paste over data and those things. Okay, always stop. Okay, always type and learn. So completely end to end, you're going to get. Okay, you don't miss anything. Okay, this is okay about intro. So anybody have any doubts? Second session, Abhi, Amar, Shekhar Rao, Praveen, Venkatesh. Regarding this session, anybody having a doubt?
No, it was
No,
nice,
Madhu. Yeah.
nice explanation.
Fine. Okay. Abhishek, right? Okay. Just yeah. So just ping me personally. Okay, if you want to continue training, I will tell the what is the process and everything. Okay. I will share the some links. Okay. So this is only project, some little intro about Snowflake and DBT. So from next class, completely Snowflake, creating account, okay, layers. So we're going to get multiple environments. Going to see the layers and current the DBT. We go with everything. Okay, we go just so what you from client to for ending reporting team. So what is the real time process that I'm going to show here? Okay, everything. If you know that flow, you so if anybody asking any question, you can answer easily. Okay, so no worries about work and if you need while working, I will give the support also. Okay, so once. So this is completely. So this is completely like end to end data migration project. Okay, with the SQL, or we can call Snow SQL and Snowflake and AWS S3 and DBT data build tool and ELT tool. Okay, ELT tool. So and we have ADF log. Okay. So end-to-end project like uh, going to get a real-time experience, minimum 5 years of experience you're going to get. Okay. So with client to reporting. So what is the process? Okay. I'm going to cover developing and admin and architect, analyst, everything going to cover. Okay. Clients. Okay. So my YouTube channel, like having time variant. Okay, so you can search for like Madhu Snowflake. Okay, Madhu Snowflake. Okay, so I'm a cartoon trainer. Okay, so Madhu Snowflake, I'm a cartoon trainer. So if you want to text, so if you want to call, talk, you can call to this number. Plus 91. Okay, sorry, 91738 29547. Okay, 4716. Okay, you can text to this number, or you can ping me in the WhatsApp. Okay, I will give the details. Okay, if you have any doubt regarding uh, interview and subject and content, Snowflake, so openings, so you can ping me. Okay, I'm going to give and please go search for Mother Snowflake and you can find channel in time variant. Okay, just subscribe the channel. Okay, and subscribe channel and like the video. So if you comfortable, you can share the video or you can put in the LinkedIn or Facebook or you can put your WhatsApp status. That is your comfort. Okay. Please subscribe for more content. Okay. Uh, so you going to get everything. Okay. So thank you. Thank you everyone.